Um, so it's going to be the pool experiment. So as soon as I walked up, the kids yelling about gloop, and we're augmenting you, and they said we killed your mom. So it's just the kind of example of things that you hear around my neighborhood now. But I'm gonna have a 10-word count, and then count how many times they say the 10 words on the list. Howdy. Since the first hello I've gotten from anybody around here in about a month or so, it's always uncomfortable, because you know what they really are. It's just creatures with usually the sole intent of torturing me. So before I came out here, all I was hearing was shouts of consecration and skrelps, and that was all they were saying: consecration, skrelps, consecration, skrelps. And so I came over here to see if the dialogue would even change. I was just writing about this. Sitting in my backyard, listening, and I could feel augmentation, like pain in the back of my neck, and unpleasant smells, which connotated pain afterwards. And they kept yelling skrelps, and blump, and frangalang, and consecration constantly. So just came on over to see if the dialogue would change, and see if they'd make something up. That was at least halfway human. And so a man just said consecration over there. He said, we're consecrating you. So, there's been quite a bit of cackling tonight. As I said, I wrote earlier, it seems like nobody. One of the kids just said he's writing. So it's kind of strange they comment on me over here. They started hissing. So, like I mentioned the constructs, they start hissing, and they start to feel, I don't know, I guess instead of shh, they hiss. Like I said earlier, there's a count of blump right there. I just shouted blump. And then afterwards got a kid yelling blump as well. And consecrating. One of the guys just said, fuck Matthew. They just said we're scrubs. kid shouting "Skrelps" again. There's a third count of Skrelps. So now I can feel these things jacking into my back right now. They're attempting to augment me as I sit here. It's very hard to pull these things out now. They're starting to get more severe with the augmentation. I will admit the dialogue did change from when I was listening a bit further away. They are attempting to make some type of haphazard human dialogue. Now that I'm a bit closer with the mic on, it is actually completely changed from what I was hearing before. Except for the 2 counts of consecration, 3 counts of Skrelps, 2 counts of blump, and fuck Matthew. So it's not much better, but it is some type of half-assed attempt to sound human. The first count of gloop. The kid just yelled consecrate. The 4th count of Skrelps. What did I say earlier? You can hear the undertone of these creatures' souls literally rotting away. I mean, if you were forced into the ability just to say 10 words, and then you had to torture an innocent man constantly as your sole existence, your soul would be rotting away too. And you can actually kind of hear the undertones of just some type of, like guilt, sadness, resentment, kind of within these creatures, because whatever humanity is left in them, just I believe they're not happy with committing crimes against nature and humanity constantly. I mean, if you were a living crime against nature, I don't think you'd be very happy. So there's the first count of Frangline, kids at Frangline. So I'm starting to feel kind of nauseous, just being in these creatures' presence. It's always kind of sad to come witness a bunch of creatures pretending to be human beings. It gets to me, just to watch. There's the first kind of furls before I go, but it just gets to me, you know, to witness, humanoids, just pretending to be human beings that aren't, and just with, only the ability to say 10 words and then try and maintain some type of deception. It's just sickening to watch or even to listen to. Especially since this is a neighborhood I lived in for 12 years, and just to for these areas to become unsafe, like the public library, like the local park, like this little nook in my neighborhood, like the watering hole, the swimming hole on it. It's just horrible to watch these areas that used to be really pleasant to come to become places that aren't even a place for my public safety. Because like I've mentioned before, all those words that they use, they have an effect when they say them. So it's not like they're just saying consecration. When they say it, I get these pains and exact tastes that they're poisoning me. It's not like they're just saying Frangalang. When they say that, I feel some type of radioactive effect. It's not like they're saying blump, which would just be silly otherwise. But when they say that, part of my muscular structure or my lymph nodes start to swell up. So it's not like I'm just sitting here recording these words to be said. They all have ill side effects, and they are in effect torturing me, while representing or misrepresenting my neighbors in my neighborhood, which should be just peaceful, nice. It's a lovely evening outside as far as the weather goes, except for all the toxic gas that's coming in and out and swirling around me, and the entities and stuff. Other than that, until next time, I believe the experiment was unfortunately a success.